Here's a question. What if your fitness center generated 100 leads next month with a cost per lead so low it almost feels too good to be true? Good news? It is. That's exactly what happened for this client of ours using Meta ads and our customer data software to pull off these numbers. And I'm going to show you how you can do the same. So this client is based in Doha, Qatar, who aims to scale quickly and get a larger share of the market. The biggest challenges are high competition and the rising cost of ads. We initially set our sites to generate leads at a cost per lead of $8. And the results? Well, eventually we hit $4, which completely blew the target out of the water. That's half the initial cost per lead we were aiming for. In summary, what we basically did is test different ad angles, success stories, quick transformations, user-generated content, and out of these, one of them stood out. The service demonstration. Just recently, we managed to hit 120 leads in September, and last month in January, we also were able to get the same results. The traffic itself, the leads, they come from the lead form of the ad that we actually built on Meta itself. We didn't do a third-party website landing page. There is a clear call to action on the form without any fluff, a free consultation or a free trial, which we found is a good place to start and eventually just keep going with whenever we're doing ads for fitness centers. And one of our favorite automations is that after we confirm the date with the team, when is the prospect coming, we have a WhatsApp message automation that sends a message after the confirmation to keep the prospect engaged, basically. Now I want to talk more about numbers. Throughout working with this client, we generated over 100 leads per month with an average of $7 cost per lead, delivering a consistent 5 to 7 times the ROI, which is crazy, but it's the truth. And to put it more into perspective, that's 3 times more leads than they were initially getting before at a fraction of the cost. Like, we did not need to spend as much as they did to generate them what they used to generate. And from there, we just scaled the ads to get 2, 3, 4 times the leads. Now, as promised, I wanted to show you the winning ad itself before I actually get into the results on screen. I just want you to watch this 5-second video. That's it. This 5-second video with no fancy text. Even the logo on top, we used variants where we didn't use anything at all, and arguably they did better. But it's just a service demonstration. And you hear that sound of the machine? It was weirdly attractive to people. Like, we had similar ads with basically the same angles, the same way, without the audio, maybe with the music. This one did the best. This is in terms of the ad. Main takeaway, demonstration, like service demonstration, simple ads, don't shy away from it. Don't focus on heavily edited and, fully planned videos. I'm not saying they won't work. They have a clear purpose, but sometimes if you compare the ratio of the time you wasted on it and the return on investment it gives you, sometimes just opting in for these simple ads and generating more of these ads to kind of test more variables and be more in control, you're setting yourself for a very easy path to scale. You have all the data you need to know what's the next step in terms of the ads, how I can change around if I'm offering something different, what variables can I change. You can control the hook, the video is short. Photos also works, but it's more of a lazy option. So if you were able to actually get videos of service demonstration testimonials, these always work, especially if you have a high ticket membership. Now, let me go over the ads themselves from the ads manager. So I asked my VA to send me screenshots of the campaign, the specific campaign I want to talk about. This is the September leads campaign. If you can see right here, for the campaigns this month, we had the lead form campaign for the September. Now, you can see that the results is 272 leads. I did say 120, and I did say a cost per lead of $4. The specific video that I showed you is right here. Video iSculpt. The service itself is called iSculpt. 120 leads, 14.5 Qatari Riyals, which is basically $4. You can also see other ads we ran in the same campaign, 2 photos and another video, which is a mix of 2 services. I also did solid. The cost per lead is ranging around $5 to $9, which is still solid. But we're talking about the winning ad right here. This ad we constantly used throughout the months. We started working with this client back in March 2024. We started using this specific ad around April, May. We used it in this month, September, as I showed you, and we also used it in January last month, which also got very similar results. Let me actually show you on the customer data software itself, the dashboard. Now, this dashboard is for September. What you're seeing right here could be a bit complicated, but simply put, this is the amount of opportunities, the people, the traffic that we got from all the sources. Last month follow-ups, Google and Snapchat ads, also WhatsApp messages. But what we want to look at is just the leads. 168 leads after filtering out. As I said, also there is Google and Snapchat leads. But 90% of these sales are coming from the Meta ads. In terms of total sales for that month, we got 37 new signups for that month. 37 new signups. Only for that month, September. And in terms of the revenue itself, this is around $40,000. We do run into more slow months, but even on a bad month, let me actually show you. December, maybe we got less leads. Maybe we got less purchases. 27 purchases still. The revenue itself is around $25,000. From the initial payment, that's still way over 3 times the ROI. Now, in terms of why it might go up and down, this is a result of the market costs, the different targeting that we're using, different strategies that we're testing to maybe find a new winning ad or ad structure, or maybe see what to avoid, what variables we shouldn't touch, and so on. And we're very grateful that the return on investment has always been in the green and with very good numbers. All right, to quickly recap what we went over today, we used a data-driven approach to test multiple ad angles and refine the targeting. We combined the ads with the automations from the software to nurture the leads effectively. We tracked and optimized relentlessly, measuring the CTR, CPL, and follow-up engagement to keep things improving. Strong takeaway I would give you is to focus on making a simple and straightforward funnel, consistent follow-ups, and just data-driven adjustments. That's how everything works. If you want to see results like this client, let's have a quick chat, break everything down on a no-cost strategy call, and get started right away if all fits in the right place. Drop me a DM and I'll hopefully see you soon.